just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. We know the reason why we keep cutting down these minutes to a minimal level. It is because after this debate, you are going to be able to have the details of why we cut this time to 5 minutes. Use those minutes wisely, be clear, be logical, be respectful, and also, above all, let your argument reflect your intellectual capacity and your understanding of the subject matter that you have chosen as a participant. Remember that leadership that we are talking about today begins with the ability for you to communicate a compelling vision to the world. The world is watching you, so I encourage every participant to give their very best. May this debate, let it inspire deeper thinking. Let it make you a stronger leader and make you have greater confidence in yourself. So I wish you all the very best, and thank you very much. So I use this opportunity to say let the debate begin so that we can have the very best that will be representing us on the day of the grand finale of this debate competition, Ambassadors National Youth Debate Competition 2026. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you so much, my amiable Chief Operating Officer. I want to especially appreciate the person who has given us the platform that both the debaters and the directors and the judges, my judges, you are not left behind. I can see that you are ready, your pen, your paper, they are all ready. But please permit me within the next 1 minute to please appreciate as I bring, to the call, the convener and the visionaire, the person that runs, the vision that we all are benefit of it today, in person of Prince Dr. Joshua Oyeyiniyi, for his fatherly short exhortation. Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Joshua, you have the floor, sir.
Okay, our CEO would just love to be from the background and watch. So let's continue, please.
Thank you so much, sir. He's a man of few words, sir. To my panel of judges, Director Itunu, I greet you very well, especially Director Map Ambience. Good evening to you. Director Ijeoma Nwago, well done wherever you are. Director Faith, Director Success, and also to the timekeeper in person of Director Itunu, the welfare. I really want to appreciate every one of you for being on this monumental, engagement tonight. I strongly believe that we are going to do justice to everything according to the policies and the principle of the JOI Foundation. Thank you so much. To my debaters, please follow the rules of the game. While presenting, you must make sure that your camera is on. Your video is on all through. Then also, do not spend more than the allotted time to you. Make sure that you guide yourself with every rules and regulations that have been sent to you. Thank you so much once again. We are starting now. Nigeria is a very great nation. And when we talk of being a great nation, we need to have people that will drive the force of making it a great nation. This is one of the reasons why the JOI Foundation has come up with this monumental maiden edition of the national debate of the Joshua Oyeniyi International Foundation and the organizers of the Ambassadors National Youth Summit. Please, I would like to have the first speaker to take the stage. You have just 5 minutes from the level of your ranking by score to the list. So tonight I'll be calling on Sherifat Umar to make your first, presentation in the context of our debate competition. Let's please welcome Sherifat Umar for our own debate presentation. Thank you.
Okay, before the debater or the contestant will start, I would like that every contestant here should on their video. They should on their video. Make sure there is lightning via your background so that your face can be very clear. And if you have your slide, you can share it. It's important that you share. And we are not doing just slide presentation. This is something that you need to convince us of what you are actually trying to pass as a message. So, Sherifat Omar, it is to be the opportunity now for you to share your screen and show us what you've got. If you read your slide one after the other, trust me, it will be counted in as mark removal, and that should be 10 marks if you just read your slides. If you just have a bullet point, talk about that bullet point, share with us what you are trying to convince us about. It is your topic, so you should be able to convince us to believe in that topic that you are sharing with us. Let us know that your idea is making sense. Let us know that what you have is to let us know that the way you want it to be is the way it should be. If we have another idea and you are bringing a new idea to share with us, it's important that you convince us to the extent that we will now leave our own idea to trust in your own idea because of what you have said or convinced us to believe in. So please don't read your slide. You have just 5 minutes, and we will let you know after this debate the reason why we are giving you such 5 minutes. And trust me, it's going to be a serious competition for the grand finale. Thank you very much. Sherifat Umar, you can now begin.
Okay, I want to start sharing my slide. Please, I would love you all to please confirm if you can see my screen before I start.
We can see your screen. We can see your screen. You can start now, please.
I'm coming. So I'll be starting.
Abdulaziz, please share your video.
I'll be starting in 3, 2, 1. There is something strange about leadership. We spend years preparing young people to become leaders, and then we tell them to wait until they are given a position before they start acting like one. We tell them to wait until they become president, executive, wait until somebody puts their name on a list. But here's the question. What happens to the problem while we are waiting? The question is what brought me here today. My name is Sherifat Umar, and for today, I'll be talking on the topic, leadership before the title. We're thinking how young people understand leadership. But before I begin, I would like us to do something together. I want you to imagine this chair you can see here today that I tagged the empty chair. The chair is empty. There is a problem that needs to be solved. Everybody in the room knows there is a problem, but nobody has been appointed. Nobody has been elected. Nobody has been given the title. So I want you to answer this honestly. You do not have to tell me, but this is supposed to be a rhetorical question. What happens next? Do we wait for somebody to occupy the chair, or does somebody stand up and take responsibility? You can decide to put your answer in the chat. You can either say we have to make sure they wait or they step up. I asked you this question for a reason. I wanted to actually capture our instinct before I challenge it, because the way we answer that question tell us something about how we understand leadership. And that will take me to my introduction. Let us first separate three themes: youth, leadership, and title. Youth is a period of life when is often associated with learning, growth, experimentation, and developing one's capacity to contribute to society. I want you to know today that there is no single universal definition of youth, but for statistical purpose, I would like to tell you today that the UN, the United Nations, define youth as people between 15 and 25. And leadership, this is the ability to influence, take responsibility, and move people or situations towards a meaningful outcome. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership, however, is not simply occupying a solution. Title. According to my definition here, it is a formal position or designation that gives a person recognized authority or responsibility. A title is simply a formal name attached to a role. A title can actually give you authority, but I want you to know that authority and leadership are not identical. Let's make this very practical. Imagine two young people. One has a title, but nobody trusts their judgment. The other has no title, but people naturally come to them when there is a problem because they know that person will help find a solution. Who is actually demonstrating leadership? That is the mindset I want us, especially as young people and youth, to rethink. And I would be explaining my topic today with the youth agenda. That is, Y stand for you, O stand for ownership, U stand for use what you have, T stand for teamwork, and H stand for have an impact. Let's move to the first letter, which is U. According to my definition here, you would see that leadership starts with what? You. It starts with what you choose to do. This first letter in the youth agenda is Y, which is you, because leadership begins with an individual decision. You see something that needs to be done. And as a youth, instead of asking who is in charge, you ask, what can I do? A student does not need to be class captain before helping organize a classmate. And the truth is, a tree can never make a forest. If you want to go and do a particular thing, it is advisable for you to start first. If you desire a change, the change needs to start with you. That is where leadership begins, not with recognition, but with initiative. The title may actually come later, but someone has to make the first move, and that person is you. O, ownership. Stop saying someone will do something. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sherifat. We can see that you have a whole lot of things, to unleash. But like we said, the rules of the game is that time is very crucial and is of essence. While I appreciate our presentation, I would want to call on the next speaker so as to take the floor. And the next speaker on the list to take the floor is no other than the second position, Samuel Imanihe. Thank you, Samuel. You have the stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to share my presentation. Okay, so can we all see the present? Thank you.
Yes, we can see it, please. I can see that, please. Thank you.
Right. Imagine a child born in 2026. In 2050, that child will ask one question to we, the youth leaders of today, who in 2050 might, be old takers, as it is usually called. One question, and that is, what did you do with the Nigeria you inherited? And that brings me to one simple truth. We might not have inherited the best, but it is up to us as young leaders, potential young leaders, to revisit the framework and produce the best. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished audience, I bring forward this topic today, the generational contract, what we owe the Nigeria we will never live to see. Many of us ask this question, what will Nigeria do for us? Basically, it's simply asking, we need better governance, we need better security, we need better housing, we need better jobs. And this is literally what Nigeria will do for us. But the bigger question is not what Nigeria will do for us, but it is what are we doing with the Nigeria we have inherited. My grandmother used to be one of the best people in solving cases in the village when I stayed with her before she died. And one of the things I learned from my grandmother was that the one with the solution has to act at the right time. And guess what? One of the best instances I ever had with my grandmother's problem-solving skills was when two couples had issues regarding a farmland. One, Mr. A and Mr. B. When they came to my grandmother, the first thing she said was, Amo, Vade, which means, child, come, bring a pot of soup and bring meal, let them eat. And one thing I realized was that as a leader, she took forth upon herself to first of all care for the people. And this is why I say that your leadership cannot literally mean waiting for older people to leave offices so young people can take their position. It is totally unacceptable. It simply means accepting responsibility before receiving authority. Because if you accept responsibility before authority, you eventually become a responsible leader. Because authority simply doesn't equal to greatness. Responsibility is the proof of true authority. Ladies and gentlemen, the next question we ask is, what is this generational contract? It's an unwritten agreement between generations. We may not be responsible for everything we inherited, but we are responsible for what we do with it. And this is a simple fact. Many people did not inherit the best, but they transformed the lives that will come after them. The first contract is values. We live in a society where values have been undermined. People no longer value values because it is seen as a waste of time. And ladies and gentlemen, let us revisit this framework of producing values in leadership. The constant news of leaders embezzling funds, leaders creating chaos in political parties and opponent parties is not the best thing for the young generation. Ladies and gentlemen, the youth must become custodians of character and not merely consumers of technology. In a technological age, we must also add character to our technocratic minds, because a technological mind that is fused with character will produce the best results in today's day and age. The second contract, heritage. Heritage is not simply history. Heritage is the framework of our beings as Nigerians. Heritage is what brings us out to the world. The difference between the Nigerian and any other nationality is the heritage of the Nigerian blood in him. What is the goal? The goal is that a Nigeria technologically prepared for tomorrow, but culturally conscious of yesterday. That is a Nigeria that knows that it has the technological and demographic advantage, but it is culturally conscious of the morals of yesterday. Our cultural heritage contains principles of community, resilience, craftsmanship, responsibility, and collective identity. The challenge is not to live in the past. The challenge is to carry the wisdom of the past into the future without carrying its failures. The third contract is creation. Look, the future is not waiting for us. We are building the future today. And if we want to build the future today, every generation leaves something behind. And ladies and gentlemen, the question is, what will we leave behind as leaders? Thank you very much.
Oh, that's a very good one. Thank you so much, Mr. Kevin Osadebe. We hope other
That's
debaters
Samuel, not Kevin.
Oh, sorry, that's Samuel. Sorry, apologies, please. Mr. Samuel, please. We hope that other debaters will not violate the time allotted to, to individual. It's very, very important, please. I wouldn't want us to please fault that, because the judges are looking critically into your time management, which is very, very important. I mean, in your presentation. Thank you so much once again. I really appreciate. I would like the next person, the third position, to please take the stage and start right away. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. I'm trying to share my screen. It's not sharing, and I just tried it out. It was working a minute ago.
We actually told you to do all your test run before the
It's
time
working
commences.
a minute ago, sir. I don't know what's going on now. Okay.
I think we can see your screen. I think we can see your screen that reads every generation leaves something behind. If
I think
students
it's
will,
for the
that's
last speaker. The last speaker needs to stop sharing his screen for Kelvin to be
okay,
able to share his.
okay, please, Samuel Emmanuel, please bring down your screen so that we can give access to Kevin Osadebe to please come in. Samuel Emmanuel, please bring down your screen to give access to Kevin Osadebe.
Sorry for the, I've done that already.
Noted, please. Thank you.
okay. Please, can you see my slide?
Not yet, not yet. Your slide is not coming up. Can we have Samuel please mute his video and his mic to give full access to Kevin Osadebe, please?
Okay.
We can't.
Now can you see
All
my
right.
slide?
Okay, it's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. Not yet.
Okay.
It's
Thank you
coming
very
up.
much.
I guess your network there, it's not really, or no, it's not really okay. That's why it's taking forever to, yeah, better now. It's up now. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. We start. Thank you.
State University. I contested. Unfortunately for me, I won. 1 month passed, 2 months passed, 6 months passed. I had 6 months left before I left this office, and I began to wonder, what am I going to leave this office with? What would people remember me for by the time I leave this office, by the time I leave this school for the next in this faculty, by the time I'm leaving this office? Leadership beyond the title, how young leaders can build systems that outlive them. Because your position as an expiration date, but your impact should not. So I came up with an analogy of two friends. Let's call them Ade and Ayo. Now, Ade is leader one, leader that has to do everything popular, right? He's going to take pictures, photographs, he's going to practice speeches, he's going to show himself. And then we have Ayo, who was building systems, developing people, documenting his processes, having sustainable projects so that when he leaves Lagos State University, his projects are going to go before him. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 years later, nobody remembered who Ade was. Why? Because at the time tenure had gone. But people remembered who Ayo was because he had built systems sustainable enough to be there while he has left, which is what leadership is about, especially when we're talking about youth leadership. Now, how do we build systems administration as youth leaders? The first thing is to build yourself. I wrote it here because if you cannot give what you do not have. So now to build yourself, you need 4 C's. The C's of character, competence, communication, and consistency. Character is who you are beyond closed doors. Hi, I'm Kelvin. I love listening to music. I love watching K-dramas. I love watching movies. I love reading books time to time. That is my character. That is who I am. And then my life impacts the lives and the youth of people. In this context, my faculty, when I am leaving the school. Next is my communication skills. How well can I communicate my trying to put out there? So let's pay attention to what he has to do. And next is my consistency. I am saying this and I am doing exactly this. I say I want to do a project to impact the life of people in my faculty, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Why? Because I have consistency. So the very first thing you need to do if you want to have an impact or a legacy for yourself is to build yourself by emphasizing on the 4 C's of character, is to build people. How do you build people? First is by of people that are under your leadership. Maka knows how to do graphic design. Tayo knows how to do videography. You are delegating responsibilities to these people so that they can learn on the job. I know something. You don't know position of leadership, and I want to give the best I can. Empowerment. We are giving people room. I always have to give the opinions and to say what they want to do and how they want to do it. And most importantly, is to multiply, to create so you know that, oh, you've given these people the right knowledge and guidance they need, and they have these skills already, and they can go out and do what? Multiply. The next thing to do is to build what can survive you. And how do you even build what can survive you? We have the S model of structure, standardization, and succession. Structure is who does what. Like I said, Amaka and Ade. Amaka is doing graphic design, Ade is doing videography, Kelvin is doing project management. There is a structure to how things are being done. Next is standardization, how it is done. We are following this map plan and we are going to follow it effectively to make sure that these projects are carried out effectively. And next is succession. Who continues what I have started? I have started this, you are going to continue it, and you are not going to leave it worse than how you found it. That is the 3S model of sustainable leadership that every young person needs to apply. Moving on to build legacy. Now, there is a legacy test. What did I improve? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my amiable timekeeper, for doing justice to that. I really appreciate. I was about calling your attention, and I'm very sure you were much alert. Thank you so much. Let's have the next person to take the stage. I call on Abdul Samad. Abdul Samad, please, you are to take the stage. Can we have Kevin Adebe, pull down his screen so as to give access to the 4th contestant in person of Abdul Samad. Thank you.
I've done that already, sir.
Good evening, sir. Please, can I speak now, sir? My network has
Yes,
been
you can.
fluctuating. All right, thank
Yeah,
you very
very
much,
well.
sir.
You can. Go ahead. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good day, honorable judges. My name is Abdulaziz Absamad, and today I'm presenting on the topic, the mirror of leadership. Mirror here today is talking about youth leadership, and building a Nigeria that we want. Building Nigeria starts with building Nigerians. The Nigerians here that we are building are young Nigerians, and as we move further, we'll expatiate on it. Here, I'll talk about what who young Nigerians are and how this topic relates to them. Secondly, I'll talk about the problem with leadership in Nigeria. Thirdly, the leadership mirror theory, the framework that we should use, and I would conclude. Now, let's move to youth leadership. Young people. According to United Nations, Nigeria's population estimates about 230 million, and about 70% of them are under the age of 30. So youths are the largest population in Nigeria, and we still face a problem relating to leadership in Nigeria. Now, let's go extensively into the problem of leadership. Nigeria we face problem consecutively relating to corruption, insecurity, unemployment, weak institution, and poor governance. If we look in-depthly into this problem, we realize that there are problem of leadership. And there is one question I'll ask us today. Where do these leaders come from? When we answer this question, we discover that these leaders, they come from our societies. They are the young people that we develop in our institutions, in our schools, and in our religious setting. So let's go to the leadership mirror theory. The leadership mirror theory, it states that the leadership mirror theory, it states that the quality of leaders we develop today depends on how intentional we develop our youth leaders today. So from the society, we discover that we develop our young people and then they grow to become young people. These young leaders later become the future leaders, repping at apex level of governance and at national level also. Now, let's go to the evidence. We will study statistically different countries in the world who have prioritized youth leadership in India, and we have seen them developing rapidly. Let's go to Japan. Japan has a feature in their institutional educational system whereby they give young people the opportunity to take responsibility via cleaning their institution whenever they close for the day. This builds responsibility and discipline in these young people. Let's go to Singapore. It has one of the largest governance institution in the whole world. Singapore was able to develop this as a result of improving its education, leadership development, and inclusion of young people in leadership. And their GDP capital raised from roughly $500 to $90,000. And it was as a result of one of the biggest leaders, Lee Kuan Yew, in the Singapore. Now, let's talk about the mirror framework. We've talked about the problem, which is leadership in Nigeria. And before we can talk about leadership, we have to cultivate the young people. The young people are the mirror of the young people are the mirror of the reflection of leadership we see here. Now, let's talk about the mirror framework. First, we have the mindset. We develop young leaders, we have to first develop their mindsets, critical thinking, and this is part of what we are doing today with this debate hosted by the JOR Foundation. Secondly, we have to develop their integrity level. Before we say we want to develop a competent leader, we have to teach them integrity, honesty, accountability before power, and we can do this by ensuring that we enforce rules and regulations, no matter how little their crimes is, they should take responsibilities for it. Thirdly, we have to for us to develop competent youth leaders, they have to take responsibilities. This can be done via community service, your environment, everything relating to your environment or relating to federal government materials, you have to protect it. Next thing, we talk about resilience. Before you can develop resilience in young people, you have to give them the opportunity to rule. This resilience is now developed over time when they face various challenges. Now we go to the O, which is ownership. Give young people opportunity to lead, for them to see the country as their own. Government properties, their environment should be seen as their own responsibility. So when you give them ownership and give them responsibility, they can take that personally and develop themselves as a leader. And then the last part of the mirror framework is the ripple effect. The ripple effect simply means transferring of all these traits, good traits that we've talked about in leadership to other people. Leadership multiplied through influence. When young people are equipped with all these required skills to become a very good leader, they transfer these skills to peer leadership and members of their community. youth intentionally, when we develop them intentionally, we will build better young leaders. Like I said before, the leaders we have they are from somewhere, they are our society, they are from our community, and intentionally we build about the better young leaders version in them. These young leaders will take position at institutions, build those institutions. In conclusion, if we change the mirror, we change the reflection. The mirror are the youth leader, and the reflection are the leaders we have today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Abdulsamad Abdulaziz, for expressing your thoughts, though you could not meet up with the time allotted to you as given by the rules and regulations of the game. So at this stage now, we believe that we have all, done the best we could do. I would like to pass the ball to the section, which is the panel of judges, to make available the scores as dotted down by them during our presentation. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Please let's give maybe like 2 minutes. I'll be right back with the final judgment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the chief judge of this debate. I have the strong belief that all our 4 contestants have given their best, but as it stands, we only need just 2 of them. And who would that be? We have 3 male, and we have only 1 female. Well, I won't say much until I get the result from the panel of judges and the declaration of the final result by the chief judge. So at this level, I would like to have our COO to make just a 1-minute, presentation or submission based on what has been done so far by all our competitors. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I think I will make my submission when the judges actually give their results.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So while we wait for the score collation, I want to just charge all our competitors, our debaters tonight, that we have all done the best we can. And may rest assured that if tonight you are not being selected to go to the final stage, that is not the end of the world. That is one of those things that makes you to be a better leader. I want to appreciate the time you've taken to prepare your slide. Just within 24 hours, you've been able to come up with, this beautiful presentation. On behalf of the JOI Foundation, I really want to appreciate you, and especially on behalf of the executive director and the convener of JOI International, in person of Prince Dr. Joshua Oyeniyi, and every director that is present here and other directors that are not present here. I really want to appreciate you all for giving this platform for these beautiful minds to express themselves and for the growth of our nation called Nigeria. It is our belief that everything we have made available tonight would bring a ripple effect in our dear nation, Nigeria. Please signify to me once you are ready, our panel of judges, while I leave the floor to the chief judge to make our final remarks of results that have been done by each debaters. Thank you. The chief judge, are you ready?
Okay, no, sorry. A moment, please.
All right. So while we're waiting for the director, for Director Ejoma, the chief judge, can we switch to our technical team to give us a very, good interlude as we had it yesterday. Thank you. Our technical director, please give us a good interlude to keep our soul soothing while we hear the result from our Chief Judge. Thank you. Yes, you have the floor, the Chief Judge.
All right, thank you. Thank you once again to all our contestants. I'm glad you've made it to this stage. So I would like to state that our judgments, we use the following criteria: your knowledge and understanding on your topic, the quality and strength of your arguments, critical thinking and analysis, logical reasoning and structure, your rebuttal response to opposing arguments, evidence and supporting facts, communication and public speaking, confidence and composure, time management, and professional debate ethics. Listing this out to your clear on how we have tabled our judgment. So thank you so much for your input, your time. I understand we had some prompter information we shared to you, and yet you still worked with it. So thank you so much. So I'll be going on to call the positions in ascending order. So on my list, the fourth position is Abdul Samad Abdulaziz with a total point of 183. This is over 300. And the third position goes to Kelvin Osadebe with a total points of 205 against 300 points. And the second position goes to Sherifat Umar with 211 points against 300. Our first position goes to Samuel Amanihen with a total points of 214 points against 300 points. So thank you so much. We appreciate you all have done well, and it's interesting to watch everyone's presentation, and the ideas, your critical thinking behind it. Everyone, even though we had one topic or one umbrella topic, we still had different things to showcase. So that's really beautiful. We appreciate everyone, and we look forward to seeing you on the stage. So at this point, I'll be returning the mic back to our moderator to share more information on the next steps with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director Ijoma, our Chief Judge, for that score. To all our contestants, if you feel so bad that you're not going to make it to the next stage, well, this is not just the end of life. It means that you've actually put in your best, that your best still needs to have more best there. I believe that we have all done all we could in order to get ourselves to this level. And so therefore, the score or the ranking is not actually what determines you as a leader. What determines you is about the efforts you have put in there. At this point, I believe the final judgment has been pronounced based on our score. But please permit me again to welcome the Chief Operating Officer for his closing remarks and his own submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for today. We have all had it, and I told each and every one of us that we're going to be having something very interesting that you've never had before. I believe that there might be some changes that you never expected. It was a way to test your resolve. So today's presentation was introduced as a way of assessing the participants beyond their ability to debate. We wanted to observe your skills, your confidence, your preparation, your communication skills, and your ability to organize ideas, and also your capacity to engage an audience independently. So it was also intended to test your resolve and also your adaptability at this stage of the competition. However, listen very carefully. I want you to know, or I want to recognize the fact that the core objective of this competition remains one thing: debate. So therefore, the presentation that we have today will not and should not replace the actual debating component of this competition. So, to ensure that we have proper access to also assess the participants on their debating abilities, we are going to be having a full debate session on Tuesday, 18th August 2026. This means today's presentation will not determine who is going to be the second or the first or the last or the third. We are going to be choosing that on Tuesday, 18th August 2026. So these are the surprises that we are coming up with you people, and more are coming. I know you have not really been able to be in this kind of situation before. It was intended to make sure that we see the best out of you, and also a means for you to learn and also train yourself to be under pressure. Think critically under pressure, communicate effectively, and defend your positions. So we are training you and also having a competition on the debate. So Tuesday, you're going to prepare yourself. The mail will be coming in tonight. You will see everything that you need to do on Tuesday. You come on Tuesday, you give us your full debate, and we're going to be choosing the right people that will be on the day of the grand finale. Thank you very much. I believe that this will also find a way in your heart to make you all happy in giving you a new opportunity to create something beautiful and to show the world that you've got it. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, my COO, for that beautiful surprises. Also, can I please uh, allow each of them to just say a 30 minutes how they feel before they come back for the final semi-final stage. So I'll call on Sherifat. Sherifat, how do you feel hearing that from the Chief Operating Officer? Kevin,
Ah, I
Samuel.
don't want to. I'm happy and I'm sad.
Oh, really?
I just wanted to be done today and know that it's final.
It's final for real.
And now I
Okay.
still have to be back on Tuesday. Wow.
Abdulaziz, how do you feel?
Oh my God.
Abdulaziz, how do you feel? Osadebe, what's your expression after the news
Hi,
was
sir.
spoken to you? Yeah, I can hear
So
you.
I was about to just turn off my laptop and probably cry myself to sleep or something.
That's a big blow.
No,
A big blow.
no, sir. No,
Oh,
sir. No, sir. On Tuesday is my convocation ceremony. But if God has given me a second chance, I have to make best use of it. So I'll find my way
oh,
around it,
that's
sir.
oh, thank you so much. Kevin Osadebe, how do you feel?
I just spoke now, sir.
Oh, Kevin, Samuel, a man here. Samuel, are you there? Samuel, Abdulaziz, Abdul Samad.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I encourage this is honestly, I was planning to also put off my system, and then like I had the first result, but then it gave me encouragement and another opportunity to put in my best. Really appreciate.
Sherifat, I've not heard from you, Sherifat. Umar.
Yeah,
Sherifat,
sir.
have you spoken?
Yeah, I spoke. I said I don't know if
Oh,
I am happy or I am sad.
oh, you are in between. Oh, then you find the
Yes.
average. So what's the average of you in between?
Because I just wanted to be done today and know that I'm focusing on another thing, no another pressure before grand finale. And now I still have to
Oh,
be here on Tuesday.
oh, for real. So will you prepare better than tonight's on?
Definitely.
Definitely. Okay. I really want to appreciate. Let me give the floor to the convener. I know he's a man of few words, but let's hear from the fatherly counsel and advice. Thank you so much. Dr. Joshua, you have the floor, sir.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for once again coming to display dexterity, expertise, and eloquence on the subject matter. Uh, so, part of our general, plan to make sure we are raising leaders who not only can speak, they can also make apt presentations of their thoughts and convince a team, a board, or a group of people. We have decided to introduce this spice, the section to the segment of this year's debate. However, we want to reassure and we want to point out very clearly that going forward and for all of our debates, every segment of the debate will be strictly debating. Will be strictly debating. We want it to become, the hub of intellectual arguments or debate, as the name may be, right? So please bear with us. We crave your indulgence. Just bear with us for this spiced and the beautiful, I will call it addition that we made to the entire phase. However, like we said, Tuesday is just for us to have one more go ahead with our debaters, and then we'll see you on the 29th. We do hope that you'll bear with us and that you give us your very best for the last two stages. We apologize sincerely and truly. We truly apologize, and we hope that you will forgive us and indulge us and forbear us more. Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much. For all of you, Sherifat, thank you so much. Osadabe, thank you so much. Imali here, if I got your name very correctly, thank you so much. And then who's the last person? Who's the last person? Abdul Samad. Yes, Abdulaziz. Yes, thank you so much as well. I appreciate you. I will see you, when it's the next rounds of debate. Is Sherifat raising her hand to say something, or it's from a previous hand raising? If that is what it is, I would therefore ask that we bring the meeting to. But if you have something to say, then I think you should indulge her. Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator, for having me.
Well done so much, my convener, the executive director, and the convener of the Ambassador National Summit. I really want to appreciate everyone for taking time to make this debate worth having. And sincerely speaking, from the bottom of my heart as a moderator of the main edition of the Ambassador National Youth Summit, I really want to appreciate each and every one of us. While I encourage you to prepare for Tuesday, which will be the final stage of the semi-final. Thank you once again, and have a good night rest. Bye for now.
Sorry, I want to say something.
Okay, Sherifat, you have the floor, please.
Okay, so initially I thought this was supposed to be the last stage and all of that, but as the case may be, this is not going to be counted as the semi-final before the grand finale. I just wanted to confirm if since we are four and then we are having a debate, we'll be getting a different topic from what we've spoken on before. Is that how it's going to be? And are we going to be paired for the competition for us to know if we are still going back to preparing for that topic or we'll get another topic entirely? And one last thing, sir, sorry, is the issue of timing. While I like the idea of preparing us for emergencies and all of that, but I mean, we might have planned what we want to do, how we want to go about it, and then during the competition, we get to hear that the time will be cut down. I'm going to be very, very honest. I love the idea that I was able to adapt today, but it messed with some of the plan I had initially thought I was going to use for my presentation slide, because I rehearsed with 10 minutes and I did everything I was supposed to do with that timing, and then today. So I don't know if it might be very painful. I don't want to cry on Tuesday. Put my effort, and then that day I'll hear that the time will be cut, and then I will not make it because of time.
Okay. Sharifa, thank you so much. So you will receive a mail tonight that will answer every question that have been raised by you, and also the ones that have not been said by other debaters. I'm very sure the CEO will be sending mails to each and every one of you tonight so as to have an updated information as regards the forthcoming Tuesday final stage of the semi-final. Thank you. At this point, I would like to appreciate you once again for making our time to be part of this online meeting edition of the Ambassadors National Youth Summit debate, and also to appreciate all persons present, my chief judge, my panel of judges, my timekeeper, my COO, and our amiable convener, Dr. Prince Joshua Oyini, for giving us the platform to express ourselves and our leadership prowess. Thank you once again. My name is Adebuji Oluwatosin. Thank you for having me as a moderator. Good night, everyone. Bye for now.